Hello everyone, this is Dr. Sonam Arora and today we are going to start with our module 3, which is the dividend policy. So every finance manager need to take three types of decision in overall work of a financial management. The first one is a financing decision in which it work out for the sources of different finances where we can raise our fund. Second is the investment decision. Now investment decision are related to the current asset decision as well as the non-current asset decision. So when we talk about the current asset decision, it is decision related to your working capital management. When we talk about the non-current asset decision, it is related to the decision which is of fixed asset and we can call this at the capital budgeting decision. And the third type of decision which a finance manager should take is a dividend decision. Now, when we talk about the dividend decision, it is precisely give you two different choices. One is you want to distribute your dividend or you want to retain it. So we already know it that dividend is a part of our profit. So the term dividend refers to that part of a profit of a company which is distributed by the company amongst to its ordinary shareholder or the equity shareholder. So as the definition suggests, it is a part of a profit. So if there is no profit, there is no dividend. So dividend always is a part of your profit, but the point here is that the company wants to share its profit or not. So dividend is that reward of the shareholder for the investment made by them in the shares of the company. So as a shareholder, what you get from the company, you are getting the dividend from the company. Now, every financial year, so when we talk about how this dividend process is going in a company, so that every financial year run from the 1st April to the 31st March. Now let's suppose here we talk about the April 2019. So my financial year started from April 19 to the 31st March 2020. After this, company prepare its financial statement. So this is the time when company is working regularly, and after this financial year, company starts to prepare its financial statement. So the company presents its financial statement or the financial report in the annual journal meeting, which is most precisely the gap between your financial statement, your financial year, and the financial statement presentation is at most of a 6 month. So mostly by the we can say it is your 2 quarter. So by the end of your second quarter, company announce its annual journal meeting, and an annual journal meeting, the company used to take two different type of decision. So one are the journal business decision, which is passed through the journal ordinance, and second is the special business decision. For that, company need to pass the special resolution. Now, don't get confused here. When I use the word journal business decision, it does not mean that company by sitting there take the business decision. It is simply the decision related to the working of the committee. So when we talk about the journal business decision, mostly company used to take the decision related to the appointment of the director, related to the auditing of the company, related to the presentations of the financial statement, and the dividend decision. So dividend decision are taken in the journal business category under the AGM. So any company decided to pay dividend, but the actual declaration of paying that dividend done in the annual journal meeting. So all the decision other than these four decision come under the category of the special business decision. For that, company need to pass the special resolution. At most 3/4, the point is that 3/4 people are agreed for that, only then the special resolution will be passed. Now let's talk about the concern. The main concern here is that how much company should retain and how much company should pay. So let's say a company earn 100 rupees this time. So the profit of company is 100 rupees. Now the question here is, out of that 100 rupees, how much company need to pay to its shareholder and how much company need to retain to himself for the future endeavors. Now this question is, the concern is how much, what is your payout ratio is basically solved by your dividend policy. So dividend policy is that draft dividend policy is that terms and condition which help you to take out the decision that how much you have to distribute among your shareholder. Now this dividend policy is also depend upon the numerous of factor. So it may be the liquidity position of the company, it is the past dividend rate, it is earning capability of the company, it is the debt capacity of the company, the fixed rate of interest paid by the company to the other people, the obligations of the company, investment opportunities in the future, past dividend risk, company financial policies, legal restriction. So there are number of factors which affect your dividend policy. Now, when we talk about that, what particular type of a dividend policy can the company should opt? So it may be a stable dividend policy, it may be a regular dividend policy, it may be a irregular dividend policy where company is not going to pay the dividend at a proper time duration. And there must be some company which follow the no dividend policy. It means they are never going to pay the dividend to their shareholder. Now, if there is such like of the no dividend policy, then how can a company is surviving? So that is something which we will discuss in our next video. But here, let's look about if the company is going to pay dividend. So if company is going to pay the dividend, what are the different forms on which a company can pay it? So it may be in a form of a cash. So there is a cash dividend. It may be in a form of a stock dividend, or you can say the bonus dividend, where the company are issuing the shares to their existing shareholders. It may be in a form of a property dividend, it may be in form of scrip dividend, as well as a liquidity dividend. So there are number of types on which basis a company can pay dividend. There are number of policy which company follow to pay dividend, and there are different ways, different types of the dividend. Now, when we talk about the dividend policy, the concern is if by paying dividend as in company, I am able to get something. Because when we talk about the financial management, there is two basic objective. One is your profit maximization and second is your wealth maximization. And there is always a turf between these two objectives. So as a company, you can never say that I want to go for a profit maximization or in wealth maximization. But as in shareholder, you can always say that I want to maximize the value, the wealth of my shareholder. So the concern here is that whether by paying the dividend, a firm can increase its market value, yes or no. So the value of the firm can be maximized if the shareholder wealth is maximized. So there is a direct connection between the firm value and a shareholder wealth. So there are the quite a conflicting views regarding the impact of dividend decision. So one of the view used to say that the dividend policy is totally relevant. It means if you pay dividend, the market value of your firm is going to be increased. Or I can say that whether you pay the dividend or whether you not pay the dividend, this decision is going to affect the value of your firm. Whereas the second school of thought used to say that dividend is irrelevant. It means whether you pay the dividend or whether you not pay the dividend, the market value of the firm is not going to be affected by these decisions. So now the question here is, if market value of the firm is not affected by the dividend decision, so what the thing which going to affect the dividend and which is going to affect the value of a firm? So as per the irrelevance theory, it is your earnings. We are going to restrict ourselves here. We discuss about the dividend policy, and in our next video session we are going to discuss about the relevant concept of the dividend. Till then, keep safe, stay safe.